Morning, ladies and gents. Welcome to East Meets West Gaming. I am Commander McNeil. You're joining me once again for Star Trek Online. Today we are going to be playing with my Federation character, Alexander, and we'll be doing the newly released Mirror Universe event. So let's get right to it. Alright, here we are in game. Gonna have to swap out ships though, because I'd really not rather go into this with my Odyssey class. Get on down to... oh, where is it? Where is it? There it is, my Assault Cruiser. Alright, here we are with my Sovereign class Assault Cruiser. Let me turn off some of the visuals here because I'm not a huge fan. Alright, before we get into it, just give you a rundown on my Assault Cruiser, the USS Musashi. It's an anti-proton build, so I'm carrying Voth anti-proton beam arrays. I'm carrying 6 of those, 3 forward, 3 aft. A gravimetric photon torpedo launcher forward, and a kinetic cutting beam aft. For my deflector, impulse engine, and shields, I'm using the Aegis set. And I'm using an Obelisk Subspace Rift Warp Core. The engineering slots using 3 neutronium alloys, plasmonic leech. In my science console, using a universal assimilated tachyokinetic converter, and then in the tactical 3 damage mods. For the stations, for my universal lieutenant, utilizing polarized hull and hazard emitters. English is a second language. Tactical team 1, beam array fire at will 2, beam array fire at will 3. Let's spam them beams. And torpedo spread, because 1 torpedo is just too passe. In commander engineering slot, we're utilizing engineering team 1, aux to bat 1, emergency powers and shields 3, and directed energy modulation 3. And for my lieutenant engineering station, utilizing emergency power to weapons 1, and my aux to bat again 1, because we love to just spam aux to bat. So now all that said, let's get right into it. Okay, so recently, right now, ongoing is the brand new Mirror Universe event. You may recall if you played the original Mirror Universes, essentially you had a bunch of Mirror Universe starships spawning in, attacking a Federation starbase. And this is kind of similar in that regard, except this time around, there's a bit of a few changes. Most notably, it's now attacking a Romulan station, which is character Obasek is aboard. And there's a little more rubs to it. Particularly, you have to close the rifts that are opening, that are spewing out Mirror Universe vessels, and also buff the station defenses themselves. And then there's a final endgame boss in the form of a dreadnought. So I'm going to be doing the elite version here. Hopefully, I end up with a fairly decent group that doesn't wipe. Close out of that. Right now, perfect. Didn't have to wait long for that. Right now, they're doing some pretty special rewards for this event because it's a limited time event. And so we'll get to those as soon as we get in here. I'll shut up here and let the intro sequence run so y'all get an idea of what's going on.
Our forces have repelled a Terran scout force, but I believe a full-scale invasion from the Mirror Universe will allow them to take control of Bothell Station. The Mirror forces will open rifts from their universe. Close these rifts to keep their ships out. Science vessels can do this faster. The station's power systems were damaged in the initial assault. If you divert power from the secondary relays, we can channel it into our systems and bring defenses back online. Cruisers will complete this task more quickly. The more power you divert, the more quickly we can make our repairs. We are preparing an anti-tachyon pulse to close the rifts and send the ships back to their own universe. but it will take time to bring it online. During the invasion, you will need to protect the station from attack. Transdimensional rifts opening.
Here we are. Let's get to it. We'll head on over to one of the weapon stations here, see if we can't reinforce that, get that back online, and get the station defense levels back up. Without getting shot at in the process, hopefully. Oh. Sometimes you can't afford to get shot. You asked for this. The other part of the rifts get bigger the longer you're going.
Station defense level has increased. Fighter wings have lost.
Gotcha. Alright. Now let's see if we can get this thing. Get that power substation.
Station defenses have increased. Turrets and mines are deployed.
Alright. You have to also wait till it's charged. To not be in combat, you're doing it. You got a great combat, but once you're getting shot at, which I am. There we go. Let's kill speed. There we go. Let's turn on. There we go. Alright. See if we can't get over here and turn this thing back on. Oh, please don't shoot me. Please don't shoot me. Please. Yes. Thank you for not shooting me. See if I can actually get away. No, they won't let me get away with that. Okay, never mind. Plan B. Flaming
defense level has increased. Beam fire drill and magnometric overload are activated.
Kill the escort first. Use that DPS. There we go. Now it's your turn, Mr. Typhoon. Actually, let's close the rift right now. He's out of range. He can't touch me. That's right. Alright. So, you really want, if you're a cruiser, you really need to keep bringing these power substations back online, because once you bring it up to max level defense, it's actually really easy to help clear the field. It's just making sure that you remember to do that. Now, it doesn't look like we really have any science vessels with us this time around. We've got a dreadnought, another sovereign, an escort. So, you know, if you can, try to close the rifts at the earliest opportunity. But I found that with rolling with most of these groups, that taking care of these station defenses is a lot easier. Just because, unfortunately, at least in the groups that I've run with, I have not seen that many science vessels, and it's just it's a real issue. So, since you're running mostly cruisers, at least that's what I've seen a lot of people, particularly after the release here of the fleet version of the Gal X, that I'm seeing a lot of cruiser heavy groups running. So with that regard, it's just like I said, like you said in the opening, you close the rifts faster if you're a science vessel. You power the other systems back on if you're a cruiser. And there are just times when you
Station structural integrity has fallen to 80%.
Ah, rats, getting shot at. Sorry, I lost my train of thought there. Just constantly reiterating how important it is to
Station structural integrity is at 60%.
As quickly as possible.
Station structural integrity down to 40%. Station structural integrity has dropped to 20%.
Ah, there goes the bonus. Rats. Well, I can't win them all. This is sometimes where that whole...
Station disabled. Bringing repair subroutines online.
Yeah, there goes the bonus. Rats. Oh, well. That's the other part. When you don't have science vessels along for the ride, closing those rifts, it's just... Dodge here.
Integrity below 50%.
In trouble. They really don't like me. I really regret this decision. That's the thing, is you gotta close the rifts. You gotta close the rifts, and you gotta get that defense level up, because you just cannot take them toe to toe. It's just not gonna work. And I'm probably dead. Yep, there it goes.
Station spinal lance is firing station
idea.
plasma lance in 3,
Took
2,
damage, get right back into the fight. Probably should mention I'm attack captain, and I'm not usually flying. But you know what? Hey, I'm having fun. And at the end of the day, that's what it's all about. Okay, so now we gotta try to...
Station structural integrity has fallen to 80%.
again.
Firing station plasma lance in 3, 2, 1.
Fire shit all the time.
Station structural integrity is at 60%. Station structural integrity down to 40%. Iron station plasma lance in 3. Station structural integrity has dropped to 20%.
Wow. You're just not doing that well. It's alright.
Station disabled. Bringing repair subroutines online.
That's one of the. That is kind of a good thing there. Just don't have a group right now that's very science heavy, so these real rifts just keep opening on us. That's causing all sorts of problems. But I mean, once we hold out for a minute here, I mean, yeah, we didn't get the bonus, but we'll face the dread here. They'll clear out. Most of the time, you're able to get the dread. You're able to get the dread. Actually, I would argue it's kind of.
Station plasma. 3, 2, 1.
Nice thing about those gravimetric torps is they're setting off these little micro wormholes. Those do nice little. Those are really effective when you're doing something like crystalline entity. Effective.
Station plasma lands in 3, 2, firing anti-tachyon pulse.
Alright,
Defense
so
relays are
made it to the
offline.
first level, kind of.
It's working. The Terran ships are being forced back to their own universe. Massive energy spike detected. They're opening more rifts. Near Dreadnought coming through.
And here comes the boss. Oh, it's an Odyssey. Whoa. Last time it was the Gal X for me. Ah, so it changes.
The Dreadnought is emerging from a rift at 4 o'clock.
Let's close the rift right now if we can get away with it.
This flagship has the ability to create a local rift to return to its dimension. Close all the rifts to trap it here.
This part is actually not that hard. It's pretty good. Let's hope that we got enough guys here. Last time I played this, we almost missed out on the boss because there was one rift left.
Firing station plasma lands.
I guess
3,
whoever was trying to close it didn't know to use their F key or something because they just kept backing in and out of the rift. They weren't actually closing it. So we had to run on over and close it.
Firing station plasma lands in 3, 2, 1.
Let's see, where's the rift still open? Over here, alright. Full impulse. Let's get on over there. Might be able to just sneak on past. Maybe not.
Firing station plasma lands in 3, 2,
Well, they're right now
1.
occupied shooting at him.
The Dreadnought is
so
escaping through a rift.
Alright, rift closed. Just 2 more. Might have to fight this one.
The Dreadnought is emerging from a rift at 6 o'clock.
Oh man, he just dumped right out in front of me. Oh no! I don't know if I can take that.
Firing station plasma lands
Get out of
in
here. Let's get
3,
out.
2, 1.
Discretion is definitely the better part of valor here. Run. They really did not like me. Alright. Okay, so we got all the rifts except for that one closed. So let's turn around.
The rifts are closed. We have the Dreadnought trapped.
Now, let's see. Can we do this? Got a minute, 32 seconds. Gotta try to clear the field here, including the Dreadnought. So let's see if we can't get that done. Named after Chief O'Brien, go figure. Mirror. Suck torps.
Firing station plasma lance in 3, 2, 1. The grid.
Now we can skip out of that. Apologies, folks. Essentially, it's congratulating. Oddly enough, it's that first part, essentially preventing any and all damage to station, that becomes the real issue.
The dreadnought has been destroyed, and the area is free of transdimensional portals. Thank you. Without your help, Vavel Station would have been lost.
Alright, well, not too bad. Unfortunately, you didn't get the bonus for the Starbase health piece, but we did defeat the boss, which is good. Got the wrist closed, got some Starbase defense up, which is good. So, 53 marks. Usually I'm walking away with anywhere between 60 and 70, so, you know, not as many as I'd like, but still, not a bad run. So let's skedaddle here. So I was talking about special rewards for this new event. And one of the cool things they're doing right now is they're offering a special duty officer and essentially a reputation project. So, go into the event reputation here, and here we are. This is the Mirror Universe event rewards, and it's actually got some really nice rewards attached to it. Now, one of the things you're going to get, and they can get one once a day, is one of these multi-dimensional transporter devices, and these will be contributed to this event. And you have to get a total of 14 together. So I got one because this is the first time I've done this event for today. So now I'm up to 2. So gonna need to get a few more, 12 more days worth of grinding this. But I'll tell you what, the rewards are really worth it, and it's actually a really fun event. It's challenging, and there's just, you know, there's phaser fire all over the place, and it's I don't know, it's just a lot of fun. It's kind of, I love fighting kind of the evil version of the Federation. It's kind of cool, and it's helped breaking the monotony from constantly fighting, you know, the Borg or you know, the Klingons. So the rewards they're going to be given out for this event are actually pretty substantial. Actually, probably the biggest rewards I have ever seen given out in an event outside of, say, one of the ships. It's pretty impressive, quite frankly. So what we've got here is you're going to get 100 event reputation, which is kind of like yay, because that really doesn't go for anything. You get the little title that you finished the Mirror Universe. You get the yay, I did the event. 50,000 dilithium, which is just, that's the big one. That's the jackpot right there. Everybody's all about the dilithium. That's what I'm about. Especially considering how much is required for endgame Mark 12 reputation gear. This is the thing to get. Getting 500 marks of your choice, which is hell yes. Getting the mark package, multiple choice 250, excuse me, 500 fleet marks. You're getting 250 of your choice of marks. So either fleet marks, so you can buff those up if you really need those. The Romulan, Omega, Nuclara, and Dyson marks. Now I'm at tier 5 for both my Omega and my Dyson, but I'm really needing points in my Romulan. And being able to dump 250 marks into my Romulan reputation, that is welcome. And then the final bonus is a Mirror Universe version of Hakiv. Now Hakiv is the villain in the Prime Universe, so it's kind of cool that they're making him to be, I guess, a good guy in the Mirror Universe. So, because everyone's just the opposite of what they are. So, where Hakiv is the villain in this one, he's a good guy in this one. And this actually is pretty cool. He's a purple Doff. He's got some added bonuses to it, and he's got some pretty good characteristics that you can use to apply to Doff missions. So, pretty cool. I am really enjoying the event. Now, besides the multidimensional transporter, you're going to get a mark box at the end of every event, depending on how well you did. And the event has a I think it's a 30-minute cooldown. Let me see how long we've got left on right now. I think it's a 30-minute. Yeah, it's about a 25-30-minute cooldown. And so you can repeat it daily. Now, you can only get one multi-dimensional transporter device daily. You can't get any more than one, but you can keep grinding and get the mark packages, which is pretty cool if you don't want to, say, play Azure Nebula or Crystalline Entity, or you want to do those and then be able to go and buff those marks. So it's kind of cool that you now got this +1 event you can use to kind of fill in whatever reputation marks you feel you're lacking in. So right now I'm going to open this up. I'm going to select Romulan marks because I'm really needing Romulan marks. So we'll click accept. Got 53 Romulan marks. We're good to go. And I'll dump some of these into my Romulan mark reputation here pretty soon. So that is the Mirror Universe event. Hope you all enjoyed the ride. Hopefully we'll be back here shortly. Probably pick up for another another Mirror Universe event, or we'll hit something else. But for now, this is Commander McNeil signing off. Have a good one, folks.